firefighters and start the cleanup. Shane Wells is live near the hardest hit area in Uptown. Shane, overnight that curfew lifted just about an hour and a half ago. It sounds like people are starting to come out, people who obeyed the curfew, come out and see some of the damage firsthand.
Yeah, I think it's pretty quiet. They feel pretty safe to come out and just take a look and see what happened in their neighborhoods overnight. They obviously heard it. They saw the smoke. They, heard the sirens. So just to give you an idea, we're at Nicollet and 36. This is what used to be an O'Reilly Auto Parts and Family Dollar. When we started our journey out to find a location this morning, this is where the biggest plume of smoke was coming from. So this is where we came. This building is completely destroyed, but the apartment building next to it is okay. And as you kind of eye around across the street, okay. Unfortunately, though, next to it we have Rongo's Auto Service, and this building did not have the same luck as some of the ones across the street. Gemijis, you're the owner. Lakeville is where you live now. How long have you had this shop? And tell me, when you heard what had happened.
I own since 2015. And this morning, a friend of mine called me and told me that the building is on the fire. And yeah, that's what happened.
So you had friends looking out for you?
Oh, the people are just driving by, and one happened to be one is my friend, and he called me and told me that the shop is on fire. And yeah, this is what I was working for to be for years, and it didn't happen overnight. But we are here now, losing everything. So yeah, it's crazy, unbelievable. So.
When you pulled up, what was that moment like for you? Was it still on fire, or were you able to go in and take a look?
Pretty much the firefighters did their job already by the time I got over here, and they came back and did a more job, and now they are. Yes.
You will rebuild. You will reopen here.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen next. No, now. We all live in fear.
Yeah, I'm so sorry this happened to you and that this is what you had to wait to. I'm glad you're safe. So there's that, at least. Again, so we're at Nicollet and 36. A lot of the stuff that happened overnight. I'll take this off. Sorry. The challenge, too, and Leah, you know this as well, is we're dealing with a pandemic. We're out here doing live news. We're trying to talk to people. We're trying to keep our distance and keep people safe, but at the same time, tell you what's happening out here and what's going on with this story right now. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to head a little bit to the north here. I know a lot of the damage and a lot of things happened near the Fifth Precinct, the Wells Fargo, the post office burned as well. So we'll take you down there in a little bit and show you what's going on kind of in the rest of this area of Uptown.
All right. Leah? Yes, Shane, thank you. We'll look for that. So many challenges and so many unknowns. This Saturday morning, we are also waking up to more destruction. Shane Wells is moving around South Minneapolis for us. Shane, you've moved. What are you seeing now?
Yeah, so we were at 36th and Nicollet, where we had a Family Dollar and a O'Reilly Auto Parts completely burned to the ground. Now we've moved to Chicago and Lake. Just trying to see what's going on around here. So you can see we have the National Guard lining this area of the street. There's bulldozers. There are visible flames, maybe a car, something lower profile down there that is still on fire. Smoke is in the air. You are probably hearing the alarms going off right now. This is the Career Force building. You can see the National Guard looking inside. I actually see some smoke maybe coming from that building as well, and I think that's what the National Guard right now is checking out here on the scene. A few people standing around to kind of see what's happening here, but overall, not quiet in terms of the sounds, but quiet in terms of the crowd size that we're seeing here. Lake Street really was kind of the epicenter last night on both sides of 35W from the 5th Precinct down to the 3rd Precinct. And you can see in this area, there's water in the streets from clearly when the firefighters were putting out the different fires. There's broken glass everywhere here. And again, it's just a scene that it's hard to believe that this is our city. This is Minneapolis, and this is what we're waking up to this morning. These crowds and the riots last night were definitely violent, and the National Guard, from what I could see, rolled in around midnight, and things started to quiet down a little after that point. 1:30 is when we had that press conference from Governor Walz and Mayor Frey as well, talking about the situation. And there's another big protest planned today around 2 p.m. It's going to be in the area of the Kmart, Lake Street 35W area. Again, we are right now at East Lake Street and Chicago Avenue, and you can see they're still working on putting out the fires from last night's mayhem. Leah, we will continue to explore and show you around what is happening this morning as you wake up.
We thank you for that. Yes, just a